Yeah, as I was saying, um, yeah, I just got turned off by the religious thing, and I guess what really kind of turned me, I kind of was the kind of like pouring the acid into the mix, was what's going on with the very dominantly controlled right-wing aspect of Christianity. I mean, it was like holding yourself out as this is the model for Christianity, and even though the churches wouldn't come close to that, and I know there are lots, maybe even most of them, I don't know. The right, the Christian nationalists, they've got the big megaphones, but maybe in truth, maybe they don't represent the greatest number of people can consider themselves Christians or call themselves Christians. Same thing for Islam and Judaism too. There are extremes that promote this very violent process and means of presenting yourself, taking your spot in the world and telling people this is the way things are going to be. Well, so anyway, then this has been kind of an interesting journey. My spiritual journey comes from watching YouTube on stuff. I'd heard about stuff like this. The first thing that kind of hooked me, it was just engrossing and interesting, was these near-death experiences, NDEs, and I've always been aware of these things, but it's really become prominent. Just this psychic stuff about psychics and mediums and people who predict the future, connected to the universe spiritually. This is a relatively new phenomena. It's like presenting itself, and it's doing it in a very positive way. Everything I've seen so far, they have been. Some of them get a little bit more politically involved, and those are the ones that are the worst for me, because I'm trying to disengage from that anger, hate mentality, and that's what happens when you get involved in that. So there's no good answer for that other than to say, step back, observe, and anything. If any feeling should come out, it should be like, kind of a sadness for the how corrupted somebody's mind and brain can get. Sad for that. Because only for that can now this other ugliness come and happen. It's just from damaged brains. Yeah, there's something in the chemistry there. Maybe that gets people going. We are imperfect beings. Physically as machines. It's a miracle beyond how we could even express it. We just take it for granted because it is. But the human body, any living organism, it's just very beautiful, elegant. I guess we say engineering of a material piece of work, a living thing. And then a soul is planted in it. Such a little thing that grows. Plants, animals, insects and all that, they have their life cycle. It's a miracle. It's so beautiful. It guarantees, I should say, doesn't it? It increases the chances in it for a continuation of any particular one species and life in general. So all these things, and I think that's where some of this stuff comes. That's where all of it comes from, actually. people don't know how to moderate these. These are inherent things that are built into all of us for survival. But what happens is there's a kind of a mechanism. It's a kind of a moderator, a moderator device that's like, it's like your skin. You get cold, you put your hand over a heat, and the body tells you when it's enough, so you don't destroy your hand. So you put it over fire. It's like, ooh, that's too hot. You put your hand away. Yeah, it seems like a small thing, but it's a monitoring device. It's a wonderful thing. It's beautiful. Our nervous system. It kind of boggles the mind when I think about it. Oh, it's the ultimate AI robot, because it's even capable of intelligent self individual. It has this, it's limited. It's not. It can't compete with machinery, because that's like, oh, I imagine. Yeah, you know what? Actually, I think it could, but we haven't had the software installed for that in these species yet. But I believe it'll be there. It'll be, yeah, it'll be like that. In fact, in a way, it's kind of like that now. It just depends on how connected you can be and how important it is for you to have some specific information, and it'll be presented to you. I think that's, I think even Albert Einstein, I can't remember the exact quote, but something to the effect that he didn't. So these were thoughts that just came to him as he put this stuff together. It's like, like they're feeding him information. It's available for all of us. I can even relate to my own situation. A lot of times it's in retrospect. You look back and say, wow, how did that happen like that? Oh, you thank the universe, because things just came together. I know, it's crazy. Sometimes I lose my patience. My little boy ego gets his feelings hurt or gets angry, and he starts acting up. And then the answer will come. They're probably thinking, oh, geez, this kid, when's he gonna grow up? Whoa, yeah, I love my guides. They're so giving and loving. It's amazing. So anyway, yeah. So the answer is, yeah. Oh, that's what the thing about the distraction of all this craziness going on. It's just, it's hooking into these things that are built into us for survival. Defend yourself. Don't do this to me. Trying to be thwart off untoward contacts. Just preserve your own well-being and safety. You know what? That's a natural thing. That's one of the things that has to be built into this mechanism that was planted into the universe. Is that it's got to learn to defend itself sometimes too. So to prevent being wiped out, you just don't want to just succumb. And he's like, "Hey, wait a minute, stop," and then put up defenses. You have to do that. I don't know. So maybe when we were spread out the seeds of all these various things, the strongest instincts or impulses are those to preserve, to survive, and probably just by default, design or conclusion, it's self-default to be the mentality, the operating system out at work. What do you need to do to survive? That's the question, and that's what gets implanted in your brain. And you may not know what the answer is unless you know what you're trying to survive from. So what is hunger, shelter, protection from hostile, incursions? I don't know. So it's kind of like one size fits all. It's like, yeah, you analyze and then you deal with that, right? That's response, survival response. If it's food and hunger, then you start looking for something to eat. You know, you don't want to die from starvation. So, you go out and get your food. And interestingly, yeah, a lot of it was other fellow animals or whatever, other animals, yeah, or plants, plants, things that these living organisms. You were living on other living organisms. So now, if you think in a most humanistic way, and how one human being relates to another in the physical sense, taking care, caring for, you know, we're imbued with that responsibility. It's hospitals, nurses, doctors, people that take care of others, or where they can offer to help when they know something. I think it may be helpful to you. So, yeah, so that's one aspect of the development of a civilization or any species. So how did we get here? Oh, expressing my gratitude for all the wonderful things the universe has provided for me, directions given. Like I said, in retrospect, sometimes everything. Like, yeah, we all know that happened. Most of us haven't. You look back and say, wow, that was so cool the way that worked. Yeah, it wasn't coincidence. Yeah, and especially when you see a pattern of that existing in your life. And it's all it takes is to get acquainted with your spirit guides. Let them know you're there. Thank them for their guidance and their love and direction. Yes. Yeah. And just always make yourself very available. Say, here I am. Just fill me with whatever wonder that I may have today. I mean, this life is so wonderful. It's such a wonderful life lived. I wouldn't trade one moment. Oh, so many saving moments of my life. My God. Young, dumb. Yeah. Doing some crazy stuff. Yeah. Alcohol. That kind of fueled a lot of it. Yeah. Oh, glad that's not a part of my life anymore. Oh my God. It's so simple and easy now. At times it had me so chained. It's like to pull away the chains. It's like I couldn't pull it out. I couldn't get it out. How often I swear it off. That night coming home, satiated with alcohol. I drink a big 12, 16-ounce glass of water before I go to bed. And next morning, no hangover or anything. My body felt a bit worn, but no headache or anything like that. Just drinking that water helps. I guess it really accelerates the departure of the alcohol or the thinking about it or whatever, getting it out of there. Yeah, do that. It's always, I just learned that for some reason. Somebody suggested it and I started doing it. It's interesting that this would be in part of this session would be cures for hangovers or prevention of hangovers. We'll talk more about it in the next session, which will be coming up real soon, I promise you.